Good afternoon, Belize. I'm Isana Cayetano, and it's time for your midday check-in with News 5. Here are the top stories to keep you in the loop. Ministry of Health and Wellness confirms 2 cases of measles in Belize amid global crisis. The MIDH issues a stop order halting construction on Cayo Rosario. 2 suspects are arrested and charged for Majestic Alley murder. And a whale shark sighting in southern Belize. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
I'm Brittany, one of the newest faces around here. My stories are heartfelt and bring a fresh perspective. On the job, there is no challenge too great. Flooded highways, raging fires, or asking tough questions. My determination and willingness to connect with people help to deliver stories that put you, our viewers, at the forefront of issues. My motto? Accurate, timely, and relevant. I am News 5.
Welcome back. The global measles crisis has hit alarming levels, with outbreaks happening all over the world. This surge is mainly due to low vaccination rates, leaving millions of children without their first dose of the measles vaccine. Even though there is a very effective 2-dose vaccine available, global vaccination rates are still below the 95% needed to stop outbreaks. In 2023, more than 22 million kids missed their first dose, which is making the health crisis worse. Belize has been measles-free for 34 years, but over the weekend, the Ministry of Health and Wellness confirmed 2 cases among Belizeans from Corozal and Cayo districts who recently visited Chihuahua, Mexico. Everyone who traveled with that group is still in isolation, and the ministry is keeping a close eye on them for any signs of fever or rash. This morning, a team from the Ministry of Health and Wellness addressed the recent cases.
On April 12, 2025, the Belize Ministry of Health and Wellness confirmed 2 imported measles cases. Belize's first since 1991. This is 34 years ago. The cases are individuals from the Corozal and Cayo districts who had recently traveled to Mexico. The information thus far is as follows. The group included 15 travelers from 4 communities in Belize. These persons traveled to Chihuahua, Mexico around the 5th of January 2025 and returned to Belize around the end of March 2025. Of the persons with this similar travel history, 13 are asymptomatic, of whom 11 are vaccinated. 2 unvaccinated persons have developed symptoms in Belize and were tested positive for measles. The details of the 2 positive cases are as follows. A 17-year-old male, unvaccinated, who started with fever, rash, and cough on April 3rd. Laboratory confirmation of measles was received on April 12th. The second case is a 17-year-old female, unvaccinated, who started with symptoms on April 2nd. Laboratory confirmation of measles was received on April 12th. All 15 travelers have been interviewed by the staff of the Ministry of Health and Wellness and are being monitored regularly for signs and symptoms. These cases emerged amid a regional surge in measles across the Americas.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing has issued a stop order to halt construction at Cayo Rosario. On Friday, MIDH informed Daniel Kalinov, a director with the Cayo Rosario Development Group, about the stop order after a site visit on April 9th revealed that several buildings, including an entrance pier, were built without the necessary permits. Derek Kayes, Director of Building Control at the Central Building Authority, stated that the order will stay in effect until all required permits are obtained from the CBA and other relevant authorities for all structures and construction activities on the site. On April 8th, a public meeting in San Pedro saw dozens of residents, business owners, and environmental organizations voicing their opposition to the controversial development, which plans to build up to 40 overwater structures in the Holchan Marine Reserve. 2 suspects from Belize City have been arrested and charged with the murder of Louis Marin. Last week, we reported that Marin was shot and killed inside a home in Majestic Alley on the night of April 8th. It's believed his murder was revenge for a drive-by shooting in Belmopan a few days earlier that left Jamal Hyde injured. On Saturday, 18-year-old Scorian Stewart and 23-year-old Michael Gillett were both charged with Marin's murder. A new semi-pro basketball league will kick off its season on May 16th at the Belize City Civic Center. The Belize Basketball Federation has approved the Belize Premier Basketball League. The league already has its executive team, various committees, and a new commissioner in place. Today we sat down with BPBL Commissioner Claudio Leal to learn more about the upcoming season.
So this league, of course, have a new management. So these guys approached me and they shared with me the prospectus, and they asked me if I want to be a part of something big, something new, something innovative and creative that will change the landscape of basketball in Belize. And after discussing with my family, I agreed to accept the position as commissioner. So I'm representing the commissioner's office today. 7 teams are now a part of the Belize Premier Basketball League, and there's one that is potential, which is Orange Walk. So we have Corozal, which you are aware of. We have Corozal, Cerro San, Cerro, let me get it right, Cerro Sons. We have the Belize City Thunderbolts, which is a new team. The only team from Belize City is the Belize City Thunderbolts. We also have the Capital City Kings from Belmopan. They're coming again strong. That's another new team. The old teams, we are now, Punta Gorda is back in. Punta Gorda has bought into the prospectus, and the Punta Gorda Panthers will now again be a part of this basketball in Belize. We have the Easy Investment Dream Ballers representing Dangriga, capital of culture capital. Of course, Rico Black, San Pedro, Tiger Sharks coming at you. And we cannot forget the Western Ballers from Cayo.
This morning, the Belize Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute is hosting its second workshop on the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan. This 3-day event brings together stakeholders to talk about key ocean protection areas using Marksan and Sea Sketch data tools. MSP process lead Samir Rosado shares more about the work and the organization's goal to protect up to 30% of Belize's ocean space.
Today is day 1 of our geospatial workshop. The purpose of the workshop is to look at the use and application of 2 decision support tools that we're using in our MSP development process. The 2 tools that we're looking at are namely Sea Sketch and Marksan. Now, Sea Sketch is more of a data collection tool as well as a planning tool, so it's multifaceted. Sea Sketch is what we're utilizing to capture information from the general public, from users of our ocean space, to figure out exactly where our priority areas are for the various usages. What I mean by usages, those include activities that are related to various sectors that have been identified: tourism, fisheries, investment, conservation, to figure out where those high use and priority areas are. And then as well, we wanted to ensure that we capture areas that are important for recreational, social, religious use, so that as we're planning into the future, these areas aren't missed or those users aren't displaced. And so we collect that information, because as you imagine, there's quite a bit, and we feed it into a platform that allows us to investigate exactly that as we're looking to allocate space for those, and then as well to meet conservation targets that have been set for the plan, which is the designation of up to 30% of our ocean space as biodiversity protection zone.
A group of divers in the Gladden Spit Reserve had an unforgettable experience. Over the weekend, the Seahorse Dive Shop in Placencia took a group to the reserve, where they came face to face with a whale shark, the largest fish in the world. The enormous creature showed some curiosity as it glided near the group and paused for a moment. This incredible encounter was caught on video, with one man heard urging the group to swim away from the shark. Whale shark sightings are common during this season, which runs from March to June in Belize. These gentle giants are not known to be aggressive. Seahorse Dive Shop described the encounter as powerful, while the Southern Environmental Association reminded everyone that only licensed operators are allowed in the area. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.
Mismo tiempo, veracidad, imparcialidad.
Hemos estado haciendo el trabajo como organización.
Y tus noticias en español.
Están en aguas beliceñas, entonces esta bandera se queda aquí.
Sintoniza Canal 5 cada viernes a las 7 de la noche.
Tenemos que resolver los grandes problemas de este país.
Su voz importa, su acción cuenta.
Transfusión sanguínea, elementos que indican un deterioro evidente del estado de salud.
Somos Noticiero 5 semanal.
Perdió la vida en un heroico intento de proteger a su hermano. El Tribunal de Magistrados de la ciudad de Belice se paralizó. La policía está investigando 2 asesinatos separados.
Tu fuente de información.